How surprised would you be if I came to you and I showed you a song that like I wrote about you?
I'd be really surprised.
Can you imagine what that would even sound like?
Yeah, it would be the most beautiful song.
Yeah, it basically was the most beautiful song ever, and that's totally in part to the vocals, Josh's first time singing on a studio track, as well as Tyler's scream. You know me, I have to praise the scream when I hear it. Let's break down the lyrics of Drum Show and talk about the deeper meaning behind this seemingly simple story. And of course, this is no surprise to anybody, but I will be talking about potential lore implications that I gleaned from the music video. And stay tuned to the end because I'm going to talk about some Easter eggs that I noticed that I haven't seen a whole lot of people talking about. Okay, so getting into the lyrical analysis, this is Josh's version of Car Radio, except instead of sitting in silence, his radio is working just fine. It hasn't been stolen, it's fully intact, and he's able to use it to mask his feelings and emotions. Just like how Tyler uses a ski mask to cover his face, the drums are basically Josh's version of said mask. So as Josh is driving from work to home, a rock in a hard place, he's blaring music while drumming on his steering wheel, putting on his own drum show. And in doing that, he's not facing reality. And it seems like by the lyrics in this point in time of his life, he doesn't want to be home. He's taking his time on his ride.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It even says he drives fast just to feel it and drives slow if his song isn't over yet. Drown it out, drown it out. In the second verse, it says he'd rather feel something than nothing at all, so he swerves all around as his head starts to fall. And this doesn't really fit into the story that this song is telling, but that line kind of reminds me of The Outside. I've got a long drive, so I'll tape my eyes so I don't fall asleep again. That song also has the line up and down they're nodding, and that kind of alludes to what Josh is feeling right now. But man, that verse, I'd rather feel something than nothing at all, hits so hard, it's so relatable, and it's cool seeing Josh's perspective in all of this. I feel like we don't know a lot about Josh. I mean, this whole story is from Tyler/Clancy's perspective, but seeing Josh kind of going through the motions of these themes as well kind of fleshes him out too. Now, during the bridge, Josh breaks out into song, again for the first time on a studio record, and he says that he's been this way for a while and he wants to change. Now, what does that change mean? Is that him finally confronting the silence like Tyler was forced to when his car radio was stolen? Does that mean him confronting his anxieties for the first time, kind of putting the drumsticks aside to face real life situations? Is he done hiding behind the drums and using them as a coping mechanism, which at the end of the day is not healthy? On the other side, we can kind of go the meta route. Is this also meaning that he is ready to sing more? Is he now open to being more upfront in the band by providing more of his vocals? I mean, maybe this is the first song on Breach that features Josh's vocals, and the rest of the album has him sprinkled in. So yeah, the story itself of Drum Show is pretty straightforward. It's giving Clancy vibes because Clancy as an album was very straightforward with what Tyler was going through and by extension what Clancy was going through. Oh, and quick side note, when the Breach tracklist was initially unveiled, I really thought that Drum Show sounded like a bad idea. Like Drum Show, Garbage, and Robot Voices are all songs that I was like, there's no way they can make a great song out of a title like that. But I've been proven wrong, like I have been many, many times as a theorist, and watch Garbage be just the best song on the record. Hands down. Title of a song is irrelevant at this point. All right, so I can't make a normal breakdown without getting into the lore, so here we go. The Drum Show music video mirrors Heavy Dirty Soul in a handful of shots. It shows a driver and it shows Tyler in the back seat. Now, aside from Tyler's shot, which seems to be mirrored, Josh's shot perfectly lines up with the driver in the Heavy Dirty Soul music video. And this kind of ties into the second batch of red letters that were sent out to 21 Pilots fans very recently. And surprise, I wasn't able to make a red letter breakdown on the channel. So you're getting an additional mini breakdown video within this larger Drum Show analysis video. So congratulations. So to recap the second batch of letters, basically they said that during the events of the Heavy Dirty Soul music video, no body was ever recovered from the wreckage of the car that was set on fire, which is how Clancy escaped. And who's the one entity within the Trench universe that is associated with fire and is also known to project his body and or teleport? Drum roll, please. Torchbearer. This whole time we thought that Nico was the one driving in Heavy Dirty Soul. Now in the red letter, it specifically says that Nico was not the one driving the vehicle, but instead it was a bishop level operator. So who's to say that the Torchbearer was not the driver that got Clancy out of Dima? I think this is a great theory. I think there's a couple pieces of logistical information that's missing to make this theory completely work. Like if it truly is Josh or Torchbearer, we see Josh drumming in the middle of the road, and we also see the driver swerving to avoid Torchbearer Josh. So my question is, which version of Josh is real and which version of Josh is the projection? I think that the City Walls music video will potentially answer this question and will fill in those gaps of information that we currently have. And since someone in the comments will probably ask, yes, I have seen the CD box sets, and there's a couple things to talk about there. First of all, one of them is called Nova Bishop. Nova means new, as in new bishop. And Clancy himself mentioned becoming the source of absolute power for Dima citizens after the 9 bishops fell. So if the original 9 bishops were defeated and Clancy becomes the Nova Bishop, the new bishop, is that salvation for the Dima citizens? Is that a good thing, or is that corruption? Will he be tempted by control? That's the big question. Will he fall just like all the other bishops before him? Oh, and quick side note, if you've been following along, I've been trying to fund a new camera for YouTube and for freelance. And if you feel like supporting me just a little bit further, buy me a coffee. The link is in the description. Every penny goes towards that camera fund. Okay, so let's talk about Easter eggs because there's a couple in there that I want to talk about. You might have missed on the inside of the van, you can see Josh's scaled and icy charm necklace and Tyler's bolo tie from the Lavish music video. Also the Capri Sun from Lavish and Stressed Out, that shows up again in the back seat, and they're sitting right next to the Chlorine headphones. Those headphones, of course, showed up in other parts of the Trench era, but that's a really cool detail that I loved. Also, speaking of Trench, Josh's bucket hat is sitting on the dash. Cotton 4K, and the Polaroids that are in the car are from the Navigating music video. This van is basically like a full-on scavenger hunt from their past eras, and I'm so here for it. So yeah, Drum Show isn't just Josh's big vocal debut, but it's kind of a goldmine for that early 2000s pop punk grunge vibe and a Tyler scream. I mean, how can you not love that? But what do you think? And which version of Josh do you think is real, if he is in fact the car driver in Heavy Dirty Soul? Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all so much. Share this video with a friend if it got you hyped for Breach. We have just a couple more weeks before the album drops. And of course, I'll be doing a full album reaction and then a separate reaction video for the music video of City Walls, which I'm stoked about. Call somebody today, whether that's a friend or family member. You may be saving their life. This has been Jake with Soul and Potential, and I will see you when I see you.